The Labyrinth is a meditative walking tool, a tool to clear the mind and also to center the heart. Labyrinths have been around for over 4,000 years, but they really become more popular in recent years, especially moving into medical facilities. We are finding them a powerful tool to help clear the mind, bring clarity, work through problems and issues, and really bring a better overall sense of well-being.
And so we've been looking at labyrinths, and one of our committee members had experienced the labyrinth at Ann Schutz's Medical Center in Aurora, Colorado. So we contacted the artist, John Ritter, in Colorado to see if he would consider coming and etching our labyrinth, and he said yes. John came, John Ritter, and the labyrinth was etched and sealed, and a week later, the labyrinth was born.
Well, the first time I walked it with him, it was kind of almost breathtaking just to experience that with him. I think he enjoyed walking it. He knew that it was like a place of peace and comfort, an experience too that he could experience with Mom, a positive experience with me. It's one more thing that the Cancer Center has to offer here that just helps the person as a whole.
There's no required way to walk a labyrinth, but there are some guidelines that can be helpful. I encourage people to stand at the entrance and take a few moments to quiet themselves and focus, take a few deep breaths, and then set an intention for their walk. As you begin walking along the path, it's helpful to keep yourself quiet and in the present moment.
In the summer of 2014, my son Pete had a very serious surgery. Every day, Pete and I would walk into the garden. We found great sense of happiness and peace when we would go into the garden. I would wheel Pete over every day to walk the labyrinth.
It was wonderful. It was just a place to relax and unwind and not worry about what's going on, and just enjoy the moment, because you never know what tomorrow will bring.
We set an intention every day. We really needed at that point to get away from the hospital atmosphere. And the hospital was filled with schedules and medicine and doctors and nurses, treatments. So we decided to set our intention to find out really what good things had happened that day. And certainly every time we walked into the garden, we saw beautiful nature, flowers, birds, insects. And so we would think about the good things for that day. Then we would clear our mind, walk the labyrinth, and in the middle of the labyrinth, we'd talk about how we could make those beautiful things that we saw and talked about last and maybe carry over to the next day.
So I've been walking the labyrinth all summer, and what I've been doing is leaving home, which is about maybe 2 miles from here, and walking on Constitution Trail, and going to the labyrinth from the trail, and I just kind of pause at the gazebo. Sometimes I go in there and just collect my thoughts and kind of be calm and quiet and sort of have in mind, maybe if it comes to me, what I want to have in mind when I walk the labyrinth. And as I'm walking the labyrinth, I'm just trying to stay open to different messages that come to me as I make my turns and go around and follow the paths. It's a beautiful, wonderful experience. I feel like it's mystical and supernatural and beautiful.
Healing is more than medicine, more than science. Healing encompasses the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. And it's through this approach that we're able to achieve true wellness. The Community Cancer Center is blessed with a wealth of advanced technology as well as medical expertise to provide excellent care for our patients. I am so pleased that the center has added a Labyrinth as part of our campus, the perfect balance between science, technology, and complementary care.